I'm Bianca Del Rio, and this is Very Delta. Delta Work is here, but first, do you want to see me go off? Because I think you want to see me go off. Are you a lady like me? Introspective, beautiful. Oh, are you intellectual like me? Beguiled by a bargain? You like wild times? Oh, like me? Are you serving the community like me? Well, if you are, then you must be very Delta. I'm Delta Work, and this is Very Delta, a luxury public access podcast and YouTube talk show where I look gorgeous, speak extemporaneously, and invite fascinating people to sit on the couch and get very Delta. Very Delta is for the woman who takes pasta bread bowls to the next level at a Mono restaurant in Las Vegas, Nevada. But first, let's get into some things that are very Delta.
Go off, Delta!
You know, we're almost through with a whole... we finished a whole Halloween season, our second one. And guess what I have in my phone? A note section that says what the looks will be for Very Scary Delta 2024. Do you want a sneak peek? With the short brown hair. Don't tell anybody this. All right, let's do our part. I have a lot of them. I have my phone. My cell phone is right here. And I'm not embarrassed to show you that it does not have holiday on yet, but it will have a holiday case. Okay. All right, how are we starting this? You know what? I have a lot of anxiety when I go on Instagram. The second I open my Instagram, I always click the top to refresh. And no matter when I click it, as soon as I'm refreshing, someone is going live and I'm immediately in their live. And there's nothing more nerve-wracking than realizing that you're possibly in a live of someone that you might not even know or someone that you may not engage with very much. And listen, as somebody who goes live pretty frequently, I feel like when people go into the live, they want to put themselves in there. I've had a live with as few as, 50 people in there. And I've had a live that's had as many as 400 people in there. So it just kind of depends on time of day. But I feel like people who maybe have an account with just a couple hundred followers, possibly, it would be not uncommon for them to have a live stream that has like 10 followers, 10 people who click to go, hey, I wonder what's going on in there. So, a lot of people now do have blue check marks. Once upon a time, a blue check mark sort of discerned a certain amount of followers or a type of content creator. Now you can purchase the blue check mark. So, there's not necessarily a way to discern that. But where I'm going with this is if you are having a live and there's only 10 people in there, it's pretty noticeable if somebody with a blue check mark is in there. So people are going to go, why does that person have a blue check mark? Why are they in here? Are they maybe part of this live stream? Are they part of this type of content? And then they realize like, oh, that's someone I follow too. Hey, so-and-so, what are you doing here in the live? And then it starts becoming a conversation about why you're in the live, how you know that person. And the thing is, a lot of times I don't know that person and I feel bad. I have like this anxiety because how do you back out of that? Ending up in someone's live is like walking into a party and then realizing like, oh my God, I don't want to be at this party. And then you try to like close the door, but somebody goes, hey, who's over there? Oh, hey, you come over here. And then you have to figure out like, all right, how can I stay here, but leave simultaneously? Do I just drop something? So if I'm in that live, am I like, hey, baby, killing it? Like, hey, girl, I know that's right. Like, what do you say so that people know that you're like not a dick, like you're trying to engage, but you didn't know because you weren't like purposely going in there. It's just like, as soon as you open the Instagram, the thing pops up and you're like, all I'm doing is clicking refresh. But that notification, here's my finger, and the notification swipes over what I was clicking and it goes, nope, you're in the live now. So now you're like in this crocheting live where you're like, I don't crochet. And then I'm like, people are like, oh my God, I didn't know you were going to be in here. Like, are you into crochet? And I'm like, no, but I love like handmade gifts that are made with love. And like, I love small business and I want to support like during the holiday. Like, what do I say? Like, I don't want to be fucked up, but I also don't want people to like feel diminished in a way. Like, well, why don't you have something to say? Like, why would you not support this? Well, I would support it, but I was refreshing. I was just like, I wasn't trying to be in here, but now I'm in here. And I'm sure that happens to me too. I'm sure I go live and people are like, oh, well, maybe they don't really care as much, but you know, I'm sure there are people that are in there. And the other hard thing too, whether you're in the live or you are presenting the live, there is this expectation where people think it's like a chat room or a chat board or something. So they'll start talking to each other instead of talking to the person hosting the session. So they'll say like, loving her wig in this one, or I bet she's not going to answer questions from so-and-so. And it's like, why don't you just tell me I love your wig? Like it's like that same thing goes when you post something and like you post something on Instagram and then people are like, anyone else getting such and such vibes from this? Why don't you just say to me? Like, why can't you at me? Like, or why leave a shitty comment? And then when I go to comment back, whether it's good or bad, because I do my best to comment back, not all the time, but like if I post something and like I'm sitting at the airport or something, I will go back and check, like I'll see a notification. I'll go, oh, I should engage with these people. I'm sitting here not doing anything else, just looking on Instagram. But sometimes I'll post something, a piece of business, and I may not go back and look at like certain things. But it's weird when people will post something and then you'll comment back and you'll say, this person cannot be mentioned. That is the shittiest move. Like that is so ridiculous to say. Like that's wild to say something like incendiary or say something that's so unnecessary and then not allow the creator to respond back. I don't like that. That's not very Delta. You know what's very Delta? To just fucking say your shit. Actually, what's even more Delta, what's like ultimately Delta, is to just not say anything shitty, like uninvited. If I posted a picture and I said, hey, everyone, should I wear more of this in the future? That's an open invitation. That's an open invitation. But if I post, hey, I'm loving this outfit. I felt great today. I'm not posting it so somebody could say, you should add this to it and it would really do this. I don't want your opinion. I got dressed. I have a mirror. I know exactly what I look like. Some people think that this wig looks like Dorothy Zbornak. I don't think so. I don't think it looks like Dorothy Zbornak at all. I don't think there's anything wrong with looking like Dorothy Zbornak. I just don't think I look like Dorothy Zbornak. Sorry. You know what else has been on my fucking nerves? And it's been happening for a while. I haven't got too crazy about it because I get it. It's just this idea of like self-checkout. Like for a long time, we used to get like one self-checkout lane and it's not like a new thing. It's just taking on more momentum. But for a while, we would always have like a place where you could just like 10 items, you know, you're just buying like a mango and some dryer sheets and you're just going to go check out and you're good. But now a lot of places are moving with this like seriousness about it. Walmart has it. Target has it. Ross has it. Sure, many other places probably, but these are the three that I've noticed and the three where I've used it pretty consistently. I'm telling you, I feel like they're working out the kinks, but in working out those kinks, it's like, sorry, don't use that. I think they're working out the kinks, but I'm just going to take on Ross, for instance, because I am a member at large at Ross, right? Like I'm not CEO. I'm obviously CEO of Delta Co., but I am somebody I feel like who is an aficionado, who is a dedicated customer. I'm somebody who holds the space for shopping in that sort of style. I understand why other people don't do it. I do it. I like a value. I like the hunt. And listen, I like my dollar to stretch. You know what? I only have so much money and I like it I like things. I like things and I want those things to look as nice as I can within my means. So what happens there is that, remember I told you before, always have a return item. That way you can get in the return line. Baby, they got rid of those return lines so fast after I gave that advice. I don't know if they were listening. I don't know if they are very Delta listeners. I don't know if they're very Delta viewers or whatever it may be, but they got rid of it. So now you have to get in a general line, whether you have a return or not a return. Maybe in the little stores in the Midwest might have something different. I don't know. The ones that I go to, I'm talking about 562-323-314-714-626. This is my area, right? 213 maybe. Wait, does anybody even have a 213 number anymore? Anyway, I go in those areas. So that's the way it works now. Purchases, returns, exchanges, all the same line. But then they started doing the self-checkout. When you go to their self-checkout, you have to go get in this line, which is barely even marked. Like it's not a bright sign that says, if you are checking out regularly with a cashier or you're making a return or an exchange, stand here. If you are doing self-checkout, stand here. They're all like the signage is like baby blue and cerulean blue and this blue, and you can barely fucking see it. So that's a wrong way to do that. Number one. And people are looking at this level, right? You're looking at this level when you go places. It never dawns on you to go, oh, I should read the ground. Like that arrow is not helping anyone, especially when those stanchions or whatever those things, it's not right. Then you get in the line and then someone is there who has to take the sensors off of your items. And if you have not removed the hangers already, which we understand now, Ross has been asking us for a while to remove the hangers from our items to expedite the checkout process, even if there is a human cashier. So you would imagine you would take your hangers off and hang them up. But you get up there and they take them off and then they go, all right, you can go to register, whatever. You go over there and you start checking things out. You get them in there. You do it here, but then it's like, but then follow it on the keypad. So you have to go over here and then you have to go back up here. I don't even know what happens on, if you're a member of the Tuesday Club, because, you know, if you're over 55, you can be a member of the Tuesday Club. I'm knocking on that Tuesday Club. I'm telling you, I want 10% off. But once you're done there, and then you check out and you print your receipt after going into this register and this register here, you walk out. The security guard that is standing 2 feet from you now has to look through your bag and read your receipt to make sure that you didn't steal anything from here to walking to right here. How many employees is it going to take? Because what this says to me is it's always going to be that way, because I don't think that the public is going to be taking a test eventually to go like, oh, you are Ross approved. So the next time you go into Ross, we know we don't have to question you because you've already cleared it. Like, are we going to have to get one of those like TSA pre-checks to go shop at Ross? I think there's going to be a Ross pre-check where you go somewhere and you put your ID and everything and you like give a testimony. I will not be shoplifting. I know that I will be put on a no shop list. I know how to use the register. I know how to, I don't know. What happens if something has damage on it and you want 10% off? Because, you know, they give you 10% off if something's missing a wheel or was something and you think you can still use the item. They're going to have to call a manager over and they're going to have to approve it. So the person's going to take the things off of here. The manager's going to approve this. You are going to do the transaction. The security guard's going to do this. Oh, for fuck's sake. That's why everybody shops on Amazon. And I know, oh, you shouldn't shop at Amazon. Well, I'm going to shop on Amazon and I'm going to go to Ross. I just don't understand. And then, of course, you know, I could stand in line, the regular line, but they, of course, they don't want to pay the employees. Book the girls, pay the employees. I get it. We're on fire and the whole place is like burning and everything's falling apart. But my God, these big companies, You have to take on some responsibility. I mean, I haven't seen it yet, but I know they're going to ask for a tip. I know. I fucking know it. I know they're going to be like, I know you checked out yourself. I know you bagged your own things, but did you want to tip the security guard for looking at your items? What? Did you want to tip me for fucking farting in the wind and blessing this room? I mean, what? Tip for what? I think I'm going to start carrying around an iPad or something when I'm doing my drag shows, so people can like fill out a souvenir or so people can fill out a questionnaire and go, you know what, she was worthy of a tip, or no, she wasn't worthy of a tip. Because I mean, and you know what, listen, holding the space for people who provide some sort of entertainment or service or something, a little different, putting their own little spin on the way that they did something for me. But tipping, I'm telling you, I've seen it. Tipping on self-checkouts even. Like, so I'm tipping myself? I'm not mad at that. I just wish it was the store tipping me. Oh my God. Do you want to see me take a break? I think you want to see me take a break. See, he thinks that people are going to believe that I follow anything from a fitness guru. I mean, that's already people are like, come on.
What's that old joke?
No, she didn't.
Yeah, she likes fitness in her mouth.
Right, exactly. Yeah. But what did she used to say? Mark interviewed her.
Yes.
And really her name was High Voltage, and she would go, energy up. Woo!
Ooh, but
that was her thing.
Was it 80s?
It was the 80s.
What's crazy, that was also that same time. Well, you had Jack, was it Palance? That was first. That was the one who was the super fitness, like the fruits and veggies. And then you had Susan Powder. Remember her? Stop the Insanity?
Yeah.
The ones with the buzzed hair that it was like, stop the insanity. I wonder whatever happened to her.
Well, she was a judge on our season of Drag
No.
Race. She was, and she came around to like give advice to everyone, and she came
Okay,
up
wait
to
a
me.
minute. Why is she giving advice to anyone if she's a judge on Drag Race?
Well, she gave me really good advice. She came up to me and said, Delta, you could put a lot more into this. I want you to know when people wake up in the morning and they look at themselves, they would never want to look like you. So take that as a piece of advice. And I was like, oh my God.
Did you kick this bitch?
No, I was just like, what do I even say?
We're going to find her on Instagram and let's get all these people to go after her. Let's do it. Fuck her. Cancel her.
She was crazy.
40 years
Whatever.
later. Yeah.
You know,
cancel her.
It was season 3. What are you going to do?
True.
Are we doing good? Are we ready? Are we making an audio podcast with a visual element and a YouTube talk show with an audio element? All right, here we go. Please make welcome an up-and-coming queen who's really got the chops. And she's killing it on stages across Southern California. It's Bianca Del Rio.
Coming up. Oh, girl.
Yeah.
Not even for air at my age. It's sad. It's sad. How are you?
I'm good. I'm happy that you're here. We had no idea we were going to coordinate.
We did not. And you know what's crazy? I think this is the first time that we've spoken to each other publicly. Aside from those few times that we've been, in front of a couple of people, but we've chatted in the dressing rooms, but we've never chatted in this type of forum before.
I don't think we've ever done like an event or not
we
at
did.
all.
We did. What was that thing that we did? Remember, we were getting dressed in that weird office. Well, that really sets the scene. We've done
Everywhere.
some shitty gigs, but we were somewhere in a weird space, and they staggered our times. And you and I crossed paths, and we were talking wigs. Do you remember that?
Was it in downtown? No,
Could have
maybe
been.
Hmm.
Yeah, let's just say it is.
Yeah.
Yes, that's what it was.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that was like once or twice. I think that was about the only 2 times that we've actually been around. And then I saw you recently at the Out 100.
Right.
How was the rest of the night?
I took your advice. You said don't go inside that tent. I did not. I stayed outside. Stuff like that I think is really weird because I don't always know where I fit in something like that. I'm like, what do I do? What do I want to say? How do I want to participate? Especially if you're just there as a guest.
Of course, that was my problem.
Yeah.
Is that my agent was like, it's a good idea. Why don't you go? And I'd been an honoree about 10 years ago. So it was nice to go. And I thought, okay, this will be fun. They said red carpet is at 5:30 till 7. So I got there at 5:30. I was with my friend Sherry Vine. And because she has to eat at 4, the elderly, if you call it eating, she ate, and then we went, and it was like nobody was there at 5:30. So we
Right.
went into the place, we had a drink, and then we're looking around. No one's there at 6 o'clock, 6:15. Slowly people are moving in, and then 7 o'clock, it's an avalanche of everybody I hate. So I thought, let me work my way out.
Right.
And that's when I ran into you.
Right. Your advice was great. You were like, just stay here. Once everyone clears out, you'll be able to grab a table, stay there, chill, take your pictures, get out.
And exactly. That's
Yeah.
the way you do those events. Because
Yeah.
not they go on and on and on, and they all start preaching about their lives. I don't give a shit. I came for the booze and came for the red carpet.
So because you are going to be doing press for different things, different
Yeah.
shows that are coming up, do you sort of like snack instead of eating big meals, or do you have like a big meal and then that's it for
Girl,
the
if
day?
I have that big meal, I'm ready to go to bed.
Yeah.
It's horrible. You know how it is. Like once you start taking off your eyelashes, once you take out the contacts, once I take out my teeth, all of that is like I'm done. So
Right.
I can't do a big meal, but I can have snacks in between. But I'll eat like a bitch when I'm through.
And what kind of snacks do you like?
Depending on nuts get stuck in your teeth. You know.
Well, that's why I asked for a safety pin earlier, because
Yes.
I earlier
No.
we were off camera and I
You
said
had a nut?
I had several nuts. And I wanted a toothpick. There's no toothpick. So I was like, oh, can you grab a safety pin? And then, of course, you had a safety pin.
Yes.
So I'm not going to return it until I sanitize it, or I might just tell everyone I stole it from you.
You can keep it. You don't want to have multiple size safety pins. We have the
You have
large
to.
safety pins. We have the medium safety pins. And we also have black safety pins.
Matte black.
If you're pinning up a hem and you need to hide it. Yeah, you got to have it all. You got to travel with all of it. So it works as a toothpick too. Good
So
to
you
know.
won't always do nuts.
No, I won't do nuts. Whatever gets stuck in your teeth is problematic. But I've learned that I have to have something. You know, a
Right.
Starbucks go-to, their little pumpkin cake, little pumpkin loaf is quite delicious.
Have I had that? Oh, and it comes in a slice.
Yes.
Yeah. That's
Wait,
delicious.
have you done a rant about it?
No, but
Okay.
I've had it and I like it a lot.
Okay, it's very tasty. It's like super sweet, and you regret eating it, but then you've had the second one, and you're like, okay, that'll hold me over.
Okay.
Yeah, so that's something that I can have during the day. And then a Starbucks. I don't know why I'm plugging Starbucks because
Why
they
not?
don't give me anything, but I like the green tea lemonade as well.
Okay.
Because it's good. Because, you know, coffee can make you bloat. Tea is like what? I'm not British. So the green tea lemonade is like a little fruity mixture without all that syrupy shit.
And that's your go-go juice.
That's my go-go juice. Yeah, it gives me a little something.
Do you ever drink like cola?
Oh, yeah, on occasion. Like when I'm hungover and you have that good cold Coca-Cola that gets you right. Yes, I can have that. But
You
I
like
don't.
a straight up Coca-Cola.
Yes, I can't
Okay,
do. What do you do?
Well, I like Diet Coke because I'm addicted to it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I probably would still, I love the taste of Coke,
Yeah.
but I think I'm physically addicted to Diet Coke.
Interesting.
I believe that's true.
I've never gotten into the taste of Diet Coke.
Really?
Yeah, never been my thing.
Huh. I do like Coke. If I'm going to pick, I don't want Pepsi.
No, I'm not a Pepsi either. No.
Yeah.
When they offer that at a restaurant, I walk out.
What's that thing people always say, like when they come to I'll have a Diet Coke. Is Diet Pepsi okay? Is Monopoly money okay?
Exactly.
I mean,
It's true.
Yeah.
It's true. It does give a different taste. Also, with ice is a big problem. And if it's in a fountain drink, it's completely different. You know, the fountain syrup sometimes, depending if the tube is clean. I've learned that recently.
Yep.
Girl, if it's a dirty tube, it really tastes bad. But I also don't like flat beverages. So the can I can trust. When you hear the, you know it's going to be fizzy and exciting.
Well, I'm still trying to figure out when it was that we decided when people ask if you want water, they'll go still or sparkling.
Interesting.
Back in the day, it used to just be like, here's a glass of water.
There's water. You don't even know
Right.
where it came from.
At what point was it still or sparkling?
I think because now they can charge more for it. Have you noticed that? It's all about money when you go to these restaurants. It's
Yeah.
interesting. It's like they hit you from the top, like, oh, if you don't get the sparkling or our bottled water, then you're a cheap fuck. Or now they say still sparkling or tap. It's like tap. And you're
Yeah.
like, yeah, tap is fine.
Yeah, I'll
you know?
just take any of it. As long as it's
Completely.
really cold.
I have to have it cold too.
I have to
They
have
say
it
it's
cold.
horrible for your voice, cold water, which is why I sound the way I do. But I do enjoy cold water with ice.
What about a cocktail? What is your?
Oh, I
what is
drink
your-
everything. It
anything
depends on the
really?
day. You know, I go through my moments of wine, which is
Okay.
tasty. I can do a white wine if I'm on stage, a red wine if I'm off stage, because the red wine kind of puts me to sleep, and that's not something I want to do when I'm on stage. My job is to put the audience to sleep. So I do a white wine on stage because I can still function and be cunty. I do. My friend Sherry Vine, who I mentioned earlier, has gotten me hooked on Jack Daniels and ginger beer.
I've heard of this.
Now,
Okay.
not to be replaced with ginger ale. You don't want
Right.
to have that because that's kind of flat and tacky. But the ginger beer is delicious. So I can do that. I could do a margarita if I'm in a Mexican restaurant, a proper Mexican restaurant. Yes. Those are probably my go-tos, I would say. And, you know, vodka something. I don't like vodka soda.
Okay.
No, not my thing.
Okay.
Yeah. What do you
Do you-
drink? Do you drink at all?
I do. But I'm usually the person driving.
Okay.
So I'm like, let everybody.
You're being responsible.
I don't know why there's that mom element about me, and there's always been, but I always fear that someone's not going to have a ride.
And you care about people.
I do.
See, that's where you and I differ. Yeah. I don't give a shit.
That's not true, though. That's not true.
Well,
Because everyone I know that knows you always says Bianca is absolutely the most generous with her time, with her knowledge, with anything that she has, whether it's a safety pin. It's true. And people who are bitchy people have told me this.
Well, they're all horrible. This is
horrible.
why I'm trying to help them one by one. No, I think it depends on who you ask. But as when it comes to driving, I'm not interested in driving anyone.
I don't really want to.
No, well then let the world know. Tell the camera, Delta, you're done with driving
I don't
people.
really want to drive. Yeah. I want to have a drink with an umbrella in it. Don't tell me what's in it. I want it to be super, super sugary. I can't feel two of my toes. It's fine. Why not go all the way? You know what I mean?
I call those like cruise ship drinks. Some fruity, faggy beverage that you go, but you're on a cruise ship, you're like, I'll have it. I'm on vacation. That's the kind of like something with coconut in it, something with suspicious
my God.
fruit. Yeah.
Exactly.
That's what you deserve. You
I
deserve
like
that and not driving. So you're not Uber, bitch.
That's true.
Exactly.
That's
they can
true.
figure it out.
When you drink, do you find yourself to like? Everything's funny to me when I get drunk. Everything is funny.
Okay.
But some people get a little sad, or some people get really aggressive.
Yes.
Some people just. I feel like maybe it does kind of heighten whatever it is that is kind of your thing.
I'm a fun drunk.
Yeah,
I'm a fun drunk. I like to keep moving when I'm a fun drunk. And don't come try to have a full-on conversation with me when you're drunk and I'm drinking, because I will tap out. I will just walk away from you and your problems. I hate a sad bitch. I hate a bitch who brings up their life. And then I hate the phrase asshole, the person who asks the endless questions about how to fix something and you go out of your way to try to explain and then they do the exact opposite. That ain't my people. So I try to avoid those people. Now, I'm kind because I will find some other drunk asshole and pair them up with the idiot and then let them experience it while I walk away.
Well, I feel like I knew about you way prior to Drag Race because I feel like you were one of the entertainers who I don't know, what is the term? The cream rises to the top. But you're somebody who was constantly working. And so even before we had a lot of social media, and I'm not trying to age any of us.
Oh, no, I'm old.
just trying to say that social media is pretty new in a way, if you think about it.
Totally.
I can still remember seeing like, who is that person, Bianca? Who is that? Because I would see it in a magazine, Out, or The Advocate, or just like a picture at a party. So it was always in my consciousness that you were someone. And a lot of us might be in like a little LA rag or something, but you would see these people. And at the same time, I would see like Varla Jean Merman, of course, Lady Bunny.
Yeah.
Queens that like hollowed out a thing that they did. You know what I mean?
Well, what's crazy is I remember seeing the Varla Jeans and the Lady Bunnies because they're about 10 years older than I am, but in that group where, pre-social media, I don't think people understand how different the world was.
So different.
And the way that these girls like Lady Bunny, Sherry Vine, Jackie Beat, all of them were traveling, doing shows. And how did you find out about it? A flyer at the bar. Like people would pass out flyers and say, this is the show, this is the time, this is when it's going to happen. Or you would get, as you said, the gay rags where you were so excited if you were on the cover or even featured remotely in the back.
Sure.
Completely different times. And that's how I knew of them. Pre-YouTube, didn't even know what their shows were about. You would pay, you'd go see it, you'd had a report, and that was it. You witnessed it firsthand. So for me to go to New York in 2005 is where everything kind of shifted because social media was on the rise. And, New York is just a completely different beast, because you're kind of out and about and you get photographed by these people and they just stick you in, So it's not like I was anything special, but I was able to work sometimes 5 times a week, depending on when I got fired. And then you would end up 3 nights a week or 2 nights a week or 5 again. It was just the shifting thing. You were just hustling to make $1. But because it was New York and there were so many eyes on it, I think that you got a little more visibility, but I didn't necessarily mean it was great. It wasn't like, ooh, I'm doing something, because I really didn't do any like touring shows or anything until after Drag Race.
Sure.
So all of that stuff before was basically working in the bars, which I always tell everybody is 10 times harder than anything I do now. That was much harder work because you're there every week. Every week you have to prove that you deserve to be there. And you also have an audience sometimes of 2, sometimes 100. It really depends. Those weekly gigs were a killer. While you've got a bartender staring at you going, why is no one here? You got a manager going, the numbers don't look good, and you're just trying to stay afloat. It's a tricky place. But all of it was great training to get to work now, because now I totally appreciate the opportunities I have after experiencing that.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
I mean, you can, because it is a thing. People always sort of like discern and separate the New York queens from Drag Race are this way. The
No.
LA queens are this way.
No.
And I will say, I do feel like, I've only a couple of times did I do like nightclub shows in New York. And I was always surprised, like, well, where's the dressing room? And
nothing.
And I realized that the culture, and I think that's why so many queens from New York have that sort of ownership of once you're out, like once you leave, you're on until you come back because you're not going to go relax and change for the next number.
Girl.
You've got to be on here and in there and in here.
Well, most bars
right?
are a fucking shoebox.
Right.
You're in a shoebox and that's it. And you get in, the outfit they wear from the car, they wear on stage. I mean, I come from New Orleans where there's a dressing room, 15 costume changes, a break in between before the second show, where in New York, they don't have that. But as you were saying before about New York queens, which I find so funny, especially now with Drag Race and all of the queens who happen to live in New York. And let's just, as we go along with me with this, but they live, their destination is New York City. But they say, I'm a New York queen. Never worked in New York, never did a gig, never had a night, never hustled in the bars. So I find that fascinating that they always go, well, we New York queens. Oh, girl, please. You're an Instagram queen. That's a different ball of wax.
It is different.
No shade, but it's a different ball of wax.
It is different. Totally. Let's take a break. We are back with Bianca Del Rio talking about anything and everything.
Yes, old queens, New York City, how life is different. Yes, it's tricky. Old queens.
Old queens.
And now, I don't take, like, whenever somebody uses that as, like, something nasty against me, like, oh, you're just old. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I hope you last this long. Yeah. I hope you have a career. I hope you have a life, you sad fuck. Because it doesn't bother me. I'm aware. I have a mirror.
Completely. And honestly, I mean, there's so many other people that we thought would be here with us that
Ain't
aren't.
That the truth? Yeah. I know. Crazy. They have no idea.
They have no idea. You are embarking on a new tour.
I am. I'm hitting the road yet again. I've had about a year off. I had a minute for the world to heal for me to come back and just make it worse again.
Sure.
So I'm hitting the road in February. I'm going on the road with my new show called Dead Inside. And that's the part where you're supposed to go, what? You dead inside? Let's try this again.
Okay. Do it again.
My new show, Dead Inside.
What? You dead inside?
I know. Can you believe it? Can you fucking believe it? Well, for once, it would explain the smell. But going on the road, Dead Inside, we've just announced USA and Canada. So it's over 60 dates in America, in Canada. That's happening starting in February, and we last till May. And then, obviously, we'll be going to the other 6 continents. Well, there's 7, but there's 6 more to go throughout the year. So we'll be announcing, and I should be on the road until 2025. So this has been a nice little break, but now it's time to go out and hustle.
But I mean, this is like a real question, just because I've never really.
Because we haven't had any real ones so far.
But like, do you get homesick? No.
I mean, what's the alternative? Like, let's be real here. Like, when I see drag queens complain, first of all, if I complain, I'd be an asshole. Can I be real? Yes. Is it exhausting at times? Yes.
Sure.
Is it?
I guess that's
not always fun? Of course. But you have to look at the alternative. Am I going to work at the post office? Am I going to be a drug counselor?
You could.
Well, yeah, because I could get some stuff. But in the end, I don't know what else I would be doing. So it has its ups and downs and peaks and valleys as far as the day-to-day routine, getting to the destination. The travel can be a pain in the fucking ass, especially when you're old. That kind of stuff can be problematic. But I've often said this to other people, is that once you get on stage, though, it all shifts. Because then you go, oh, wow, how great, how lucky to get to do this. As I said, I've been in that room where there's been 2 people on a Monday night in New York City. So I'm grateful when they're there, and to think that they bought a ticket to come see me, I'm like, oh, fuck it. You gotta do it. And even if it ends up being a horrible show, because we've all had those. And if you don't have bad shows, then you don't appreciate the good ones. But if you have a bad show, at least then you have a great story you can use after. You're going to go, girl, Akron, Ohio. Let me tell you about it.
Yeah. I remember Vicky Vox one time told me, she was like, and I don't know if she was just being preachy and Sun, Moon, and Stars or whatever, but she was like, everyone has a song in their heart. So everyone can find a song and they can sing it. And so that means everyone's a singer. And I thought, I don't know how true that is, but okay, that's a beautiful theory.
Yeah.
But telling jokes. Not everybody can do it. I mean, I can remember when I was on Drag Race, I got in my head, got scared. I was like, you can't even go deliver 1 minute of anything. And I didn't. And I fell flat on my face and I realized, you're just not funny in that format, and you probably will never be. And so even now you see tons of girls that are like, I'm going to go to the comedy club and they're going to do this and that. And I watch them all and they do a great job. And I'm like, God, I admire what you're doing, but like, it's not for everyone.
Well, but I could say the same about people that are lip sync artists. I can say someone that, knows every word like you and knows every nuance and can perform that. I can't do that shit. That's not my thing. No, I can't.
You've done it before.
Well, I've done it, but not successfully. So, I've had my moments where I've done it, and then I started to realize that ain't my thing. It's not, I'm no Sasha Colby. I'm not whipping my hair around. It's just never been my thing, nor is it my comfort zone. My comfort zone lies in an audience, a microphone, and anything can happen. So that's always been my thing. That's where I've been most comfortable, So that's why it kind of turned this route for me, which I'm grateful for.
Right.
But I didn't plan it. I didn't think, but I would admire those people, like a Darian Lake who can lip sync anything.
Everything.
I mean, amazing.
Everything.
And I'm like, or Trinity K. Bonet.
Yeah.
You're just like, this is impeccable and it's brilliant work, but it ain't nothing I can do. So I go, kudos to those bitches,
I read the story about Mariah Carey went to like somewhere in Dubai or something, got paid all this money to come sing for somebody's party. And she was like, I don't really know that person. I don't really want to do that, but I could do that.
Yeah.
So even if you didn't want to do that, but you had to do it, what are the 3 songs you would perform at brunch tomorrow?
Oh, God. Well, first of all, it has to be a song I already know.
Right,
so it's going to be
of
something
course.
old. Like, I remember our season of Drag Race, I was quite excited because you know the game when they give you the little iPod or whatever it was. And a majority of the songs I knew because they had no budget then, remember? So it was like Vibology by Paula Abdul. I'm like, yes, I know that one. I think it was like Car Wash. I'm like, yes, What a Man from Salt and Pepper. I'm like, yes. But then what triggered me on that is that they gave us, I don't know if they did this to you guys, but they gave us Bobby Joe Gentry's version of Fancy.
I don't think we had that.
Okay, not Reba McEntire's Fancy. Bobby Joe Gentry, which I didn't even know existed. I didn't realize that the Reba was a cover.
Right.
So it was on our iPod.
And it doesn't have very much guts to it.
No, not to mention, though, it doesn't repeat, except that one little bit about Fancy, don't fail me now, Fancy.
Right.
But the whole story of the song, I learned it every night. You're listening to it, praying this isn't going to happen. And then one day we had I think it was like a country episode. It was Cher's mother and Chaz.
Oh, yeah.
That was there. And I'm like, I know the song is going to be Fancy. I know it. Can you believe the entire 5.5 weeks that we filmed, I learned that song and we never, ever did the song.
Oh my God.
It was never airing. So Fancy would have to be my brunch song because I think I know it. Fancy, I used to love Ring My Bell. Was
Great
one of
song.
mine, yes. And Shirley Bassey, History Repeating because you don't have to move much.
The best.
You don't have to
the
move
best
much.
song.
They miss out on Shirley Bassey.
But
She's
I think,
the queen of standing in place and gorgeous stuff. Yeah.
And I think those are all perfect songs. I mean, I always think brunch is its own animal now. Brunch is like, not that it was ever a certain thing back in the day, because I don't even really remember a brunch back in the day.
Oh, God, no.
It's so new. And the people that generally go, if it's a straight crowd, if they're not singing along, they're not paying attention.
This is no time to do a ballad that they don't know. You've got to give them the magic. And you got to realize that when somebody's coming out to these shows, you can't be so self-indulgent. You have to realize what's going to make you money. People are spent all week in a cubicle. They're coming out with their girls. They're going to get drunk. If you know the Taylor Swift song,
just do it.
Just do it.
Just look great. Just look sparkly and shiny. And
Can't go wrong with a sequin.
Because everyone wants to take a picture. You're not going to believe what I saw.
Oh my God. Can you imagine if they took pictures of us when we were younger, what would happen to us? I mean, the moments. I mean, remember we would take a picture, like even with a disposable camera, and you drop the camera off and you have to wait 4 or 5 days.
What are the people processing it thinking?
Literally. But you had to wait going, I hope they turn out nice. It's like waiting for test results. I hope they turn out. I hope I'm all right. And then you look at them and you're like, fuck, you can't relive that night. It's over. No. It's done. But now it's like click, 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 click.
Well, and everything could be edited perfectly at your fingertips, right?
Girl.
Did you ever meet Viva Sex here in LA? She was a Madonna impersonator.
Why do I know that name?
You probably you may have at least seen pictures of her. She used to do this thing where she would get, and I've said this before, but it always bears repeating. She would print out pictures from the show, and then she would say, "Oh, we're gonna go have lunch at Armando's. Let's go to lunch. And if you take me to lunch, I have pictures for you." So you would want to go with her, pick her up, and take her. We would go have lunch, and she would go through her pictures. I have these for you from Monday.
No.
I have these for you from Friday.
No.
And so she would take that and we would look at them and you're like, God, I look really good in this picture, until you're looking at them and they tilt and you can see that she would go in with Sharpies, different colors.
No, and fill them in.
She would edit them, and she would be like, cut off a full side boob.
No, bitch.
Or like a roll of fat.
No, the Sharpie photo
fill
touch.
in your wigs. It was sickening.
Is she still around?
She is somewhere.
Can we find her?
I need her to edit the photos.
No, that is brilliant. But I like the fact that she got a free lunch out of it.
She did. She would get a free lunch. Yeah. She was everything. You know where you would know her if you saw her. She was like the first Madonna impersonator on Johnny Carson.
Oh, okay. So that takes
Yeah,
us way
you
back.
could-
I used to love Johnny Carson.
Yeah,
Oh,
so-
I thoroughly enjoyed Johnny
Yeah.
Carson.
So she was on there. But yeah, so the brunch, its own animal. Like you said, you got to do your songs.
You should do something that's fun for the audience. You have to get out of your head, and you also have to realize that, when we started drag, I remember that we weren't seen during the day. We were night creatures. My night would begin at 11 o'clock at night till whenever. So it was never like, let's get in drag during the day and parade around and have a good time. I mean, later in the early 2000s, I started doing a brunch like for Mother's Day. It was a special occasion, but nobody would ever take it on because they were afraid of the gay business or what would happen. And now, drag queens have fallen out of the fucking trees. Everywhere you go is a fucking drag queen.
Chad told me one time when I first met him and we were talking about his share and how great his share is, he was like, listen, girl, I worked at Lacage, and this is the thing. It's all middle America straight people.
Yeah.
Anybody skinny in a black leotard is Cher. Anybody with big fake boobs and a blonde wig is Dolly Parton. He's like, I don't care if they're big, little, tall, skinny. It doesn't matter because they're just going to remember those things. Boom, boom, boom.
Completely.
The bases were covered. That's it.
That's it.
Right.
That's true. That's so true. I mean, when I was younger, I would do shared numbers, as you were talking about my numbers that I would do, because I was brown and had a big nose. So it was share pre-surgery, but it was that type of thing where a queen told me you're a Cher, and this one does Barbara, and every now and then you get the queen with the nose that can cross over from Cher to Barbara,
right?
But I was not one of them. I was just a Cher. I couldn't bother with it. No, but there was always the queen that could do Barbara and Bet.
Oh, I have seen that. Yeah,
where they change a couple of makeup
seen
things.
That. Mm-hmm. That's true. I guess as long as you have those like bases covered, that's what people remember
completely. And it makes it's and that's another thing, as you were saying, with the straight people or just the audience in general who's looking for that fun. They go, oh, I love it because it is a Bette Midler song that I know. Oh, because it is a shared number. That's my favorite number. Turn Back Time. You could have on the wrong wig, the wrong costume, because as gays, we're going, that's not Turn Back Time hair. But
see, that is so true.
Do what you want, girl. Wear your half-breed wig for Turn Back Time, but it's wrong.
That is so true. I always tell people, like, what you're doing at the brunch and what you're doing on a Tuesday night at 11 o'clock, the audience is different.
Very different.
The gays that are discerning are going to love your, like, introspective Halloween number.
Yeah.
They're going to love that.
Yes.
But that doesn't work at brunch.
No, it doesn't. And it shouldn't.
Wear a candy corn headband and go.
The only thing spooky at brunch is the food. You don't need that as a number.
Always spooky.
No, you don't
I don't care where you're going.
You don't.
The food is spooky.
Always spooky. I think it's a requirement.
Yeah.
Shitty food, brunch. Maybe brunch is code for shitty food.
I think it is.
Yeah.
Let's take a break. They're drinking from the shoe.
Oof. Do
I
they
know.
still drink from the shoe?
They still drink, but they have a new shoe. They have a new style.
Wait,
But I've seen them
this
mix.
should be the show.
I've seen them mix the mimosa with the hand.
No,
a glove.
no,
There is
no,
a glove.
no.
but it's a glove that you like milk a cow with. Like
No.
it's that glove.
No.
I don't think it's been cleaned.
No. See,
I worked as a night audit at a Best Western when I was in college, and we used to have to mix the orange juice, and we had to use our hand. I swear. But we had to put a plastic bag on because there was no spoon.
Oh.
It happens. It happens.
Okay, that, yeah.
You want to go to Mary's?
Yeah, let's go tonight. I want to drink from a
Booking,
size 12,
girl,
honey.
you want a booking?
Girl, how drunk are you?
$50.
Pair of
please.
size 12s is already down my throat.
Oh my God.
Now that's, ooh.
This is the thing about this show is that Pandora, we'll talk about Pandora. We won't talk about Pandora at all.
Well, let's do, because no one else does. Tell
Right,
us. Yeah,
right.
Yeah.
But the reality is that I don't know why I get to make this show, because all I do is sit here and complain, offer no solution, no real solution at all. And somehow they allow me to come back every week.
Honey, that is a gift.
Well, I don't know if it...
I mean, how else would we know how you feel about a Subway sandwich?
But nobody cares.
The carts... at Aldi. All of that is important to the world, and I think people can relate to you and they understand where you come from. So it's important that you're there. Visibility is important
for my people.
There are grumpy old people who shit themselves who feel like you, so it's important for you to be there. A symbol of success.
I just wish I could do it in private the way you do it. Like
what, shitting?
Shitting in the corner.
Oh yeah, well I can teach you. It's a couple. It's a smooth technique. I'll teach you.
Is it always smooth?
Little Dairy Queen, little whoop whoop. Little
okay, so this is the portion of
Wait,
the show.
do people even know what we're talking about? Shitting? Do they know?
Oh, it doesn't matter.
Okay, anyway.
It doesn't matter.
Whatever. Yeah, it might be code for something. Okay, yes.
It could be code for something.
Yes.
This is a portion where people send in letters.
Oh.
And they don't know who's
Wait,
here.
people send in letters?
Like
what
this?
year is this?
This is there's a stamp on here.
Okay.
Sometimes, and I usually have my own letter openers.
Okay.
I feel like such a slob because I don't have. I mean, there's other reasons why I'm slobbish, but
Well, use that safety pin you cleaned your teeth with.
where is it? This is a Bianca Del Rio safety pin.
Yes, if you look closely, there's a SKU number on there. I expect it returned.
And also there is almond skin on there as well.
Almond Skin. That's a good drag king name.
You know, I just recently got into Costco. I don't know if you've ever been to a Costco before.
Have I ever been? I live in Costco.
Do you?
Yes.
You know, their deluxe mixed nuts don't even have one peanut in them.
What is in the deluxe?
Well, there's
mixed
everything.
nuts?
There's macadamia nuts. There's
Not one
Brazil.
peanut.
They don't put peanuts in them.
And
at
why
all.
is that? Because of people with peanut allergies?
No, I think it's just a way of being like
Bougie?
yeah, like 'cause,
Exclusive?
most things always have like people say, oh, there's so many peanuts in these. I want more.
see.
Yeah.
Well,
so
I'm usually looking for the nuts.
well, if you had to pick just your favorite nut from
Oh, I
mixed
wouldn't
nuts.
pick a peanut. I wouldn't pick a peanut.
No.
No. I recently got from Costco. Oh, we've got to go to Costco together.
I would go.
Yeah, that's a good time.
I've never had any of the food outside, and everyone says you should
I have
try
not.
it.
I have not had
Pizza?
my tires rotated, nor have I had my eyes checked, nor have I even bothered with the hot dogs or the pizza. But I do enjoy bulk shopping.
Okay.
Because I enjoy the way it looks when I go home. Like if I'm down to maybe 8 rolls of paper towel, some people would think, oh, I'm good. Not me.
No.
It needs to be at least 20 in order for it to
Yeah.
look right. And they have to be out of the wrappers, all stacked together, organized.
Ooh, I like
and
that.
Yes. I've got to see it to know that it's there. If I see something's running low, then I have to go get it to fill it. I don't like it once it's gone.
I love that.
I'm crazy.
I don't think it's crazy. I think it's smart.
I've got 52,000 butt wipes. I mean, just in case.
Yeah.
Just in case. I know messy bottoms that come to my house. So the guest room is well stocked. I don't
You
want
know
someone to
I
have an
might
awkward moment.
Shit myself.
Yes, and you're welcome to come to the house. I'll even roll you a tampon this big if you need
I
it.
need it.
Yeah.
I need it. A bolster tampon.
A bolster tampon.
Do you carry like a shoulder bag when you travel around with like necessities in it?
I carry everything because
Okay.
I depend. My fear is always landing someplace and I don't have what I need.
Mm-hmm.
So I'll have multiple lashes, multiple shoes, safety pins of all sorts because you can't trust it. I can't trust a safety pin in
Right.
another country.
Right.
So I have to have all that I need. So it is excessive, but it's all organized. So I do travel with all of my stuff. Yeah, because it's a big fear of mine.
And if you're on a flight, do you have your own snacks with you, or do you just like
I'm not
whatever
that
they have
crazy. I'm not that. No, I do like to go. I like to swipe by one of those little newsstands, buy the little trash magazines that I don't need, and then I will buy peanut M&Ms. Which one time, I don't know if this has happened. Detox taught me this trick though. When you go into the airport, the best way to have people know and talk to you is to buy those large headphones, and you have them on. Therefore, no one interrupts you. So I had gone through. Bought my trash magazines, bought my peanut M&Ms, which are my favorites because it's covered in chocolate, so the peanut's acceptable. But then I got on the plane and I just began to eat my peanut M&Ms. Now, there was a stewardess up at the front who was giving her speech. And look, I have flown. I know the routine. I know where the seat, I know where the exit. I know all of that. I know how to
Right.
click it. I don't need you to explain it to me. So as I'm eating my peanut M&Ms, she walks over and just snatches them out of my hand.
No.
And then I take my headphones off. She's like, I was just telling everyone that someone on the plane has a peanut allergy. And I'm like, my bad.
So, but wait. So
The moral of
you're-
the story is take off your headphones because I just assumed it was something I already heard. But no, she was explaining to everyone there's peanut allergy. No one should be eating peanuts on the flight. And I'm eating peanut M&Ms.
Hold on. So this is like real. Like if someone says to you, someone in your vicinity has a peanut allergy,
on a
what
plane.
the fucking dust is going to get in the air?
You can't have peanuts at all. They say, please be considerate because someone has
What
a
if you have
peanut
an allergy to the fact that people put their stinky
Delta, they
feet
don't
out?
care. They don't care.
They just care about peanuts.
They just care about peanuts.
Ew.
Isn't that crazy? Because apparently if they get peanut juice on them or peanut dust on them, they're going to swell up and be, it's crazy.
Oh, well, then you need to swim where you're going or something
I'm
else.
working on that. I'm working on getting a boat.
I can't believe she really did that.
Yes.
I mean, I've heard of peanut allergy,
Yes,
of course.
but you can't have, when they announce it on the flight, because usually the little gift is the pretzels and the little peanuts that they give you, and they'll tell you, I say gift, you pay for it, but they say, someone on the flight has it, so let's be considerate.
Your little gift.
Well, when I was a kid, it was a gift. It's like, ooh, little peanuts. Now you realize, fuck, I'm paying for these fucking peanuts. Load me up.
But I bet you everything in those baskets that they bring around everything has a thing that says like made in a factory where peanuts were present.
Let's call Delta. Let's call the
Christ.
Delta Airlines, not Delta Work, but yes.
All right. This is a letter that says, Dear Delta and guest, if Bianca Del Rio...
Wait a minute. Dear Delta and guest.
And guest. Okay. They don't know who's here.
Okay, got it.
If Bianca Del Rio was a hydrating cream concealer, which one would she be? Yours, Donna M.
Donna M. Where does Donna M live?
It doesn't say.
Interesting.
But what's that? Why would you say a hydrating cream concealer? You know, I have to say, and I probably need one, but I always feel like I put such thick foundation on.
Mm-hmm.
Is anyone going to see the concealer if I'm going to cover it up? How does that work? Because I'm being real here.
Honey,
I need as much help as I can get. I mean,
listen, I wear a lot of makeup, but I watch some of these little videos that these kids put out, these tutorials that I'm like, that's a lot of fucking, and I wear a lot that you can see, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
But they wear a lot of layers. It's like the base, and then it's like a concealer, and then it's like a highlight, and then it's like a bronzer, and then it's like, I'm like, that's a lot of fucking steps to look as ugly as you look when you're done.
Yeah.
I don't understand. I can look ugly with 3 items. I don't understand the process that they're doing, and I just think about their face and what it must feel like. So instead of hydrating under my eyes, I just add another lash.
Yeah, I can't figure out. I legitimately, I think I see people doing it and they look nice, but then...
Do they look nice?
I mean...
Are we fooled? Because we're looking at the filtered photo we see online, and then we see them in person, and we go,
Like, I have a hard time putting on anything like shimmery eyeshadow, unless it's actual glitter.
Yes.
That's intended to be like glitter.
Yeah.
I see people put it on and I'm like, I'm not seeing anything but just pores.
Exactly.
All I see is more pores, and
Not
I'm
my
trying
thing.
to run away from that. I'm not trying to look sweatier.
I
look sweaty.
What about these wet wigs? What about these bucket challenge wigs that people are wearing where they're just wet and flat and stuck to the head? Right. Big old meathead and a tiny little wet noodle wig. And you're like, that's not pretty. And I'm not saying there's a right or wrong to drag. I just go, that is not pretty.
Yeah.
I don't understand that. Let me go put the tiniest wig I have on today.
Sopping wet.
Yeah, to make my face look even bigger. I don't get it. Don't get it.
So I'm going to say, I don't think you would be a hydrating cream concealer. I think you'd be another type of cosmetic. But what do you think you would be?
Oh, what would I be? I'd have to be like a contour because I'm dark.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, like a
contour.
like a cheek contour or nose contour or something. Yeah.
Do you because so many people have like new products, like a lot of entertainers attach their names to products, which you also had.
A makeup remover.
Yeah.
Yes, I never bothered with actual makeup because no one's going to buy makeup from somebody ugly. So
Stop.
I learned. Let me, if I have a product that can remove all of this, it works.
Well, and it's a good way to separate because nobody else is doing that.
No, and I'm fascinated by the people that have the makeup lines because I often go, that's all.
Well, and I think too, I'm like, I remember back before all this happened, there used to be no-name cosmetics, which is basically La
remember
Femme.
that? And you could get your name
and
and
you
your
just
company.
put your name on La Femme.
Every salon would have that.
Yeah.
And they would go, ooh, our pigmentation. Girl, please.
Girl, it's La
all
Femme.
the same.
It's $1.80 for a refill.
It's all the same.
Yeah, and I love it. I miss La Femme. There's still a location where you can go pick it up here.
Really?
Yeah. It's right off the 10. Well, we don't want to talk about the 10 freeway
Oh,
anymore.
yeah.
But it's off the 10.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So another question.
Yes.
Right,
now you got me thinking about a hydrating concealer.
I always see people do it. They're like, oh, this is the best concealer. Have you tried this? Have you tried that?
Now, listen, I'm not a snob. Like, I don't need to buy expensive stuff, and I don't get pride in it. But if it works, like, I will call Kim Chi, and I will say, what is the blackest eyeliner you're using right now? Because she switches up, and she's like, oh, there's this, is this, is this. And I go, okay, that's great. I'll ask those questions, but I don't go, like, what's the most gorgeous beauty product?
Right.
Because,
well, and I see other people wearing stuff, and I'm like, I want it to look like that, so I'll just ask them.
Yeah, what's that color? Where'd you buy that? Yeah.
Kimchi has one of my favorite blushes.
Are you a pink blush? Are you a apricot blush?
I used to be into like bright pink,
Mm-hmm.
and then I recently got into like peachy pink,
Mm-hmm.
and also I think because I'm aging, my wrinkle lines here, like I need some maintenance.
What do you want to do?
I need these lines here.
Wear bangs.
I'm trying.
Girl, the game here is, look, bangs and turtleneck. Liza Minnelli has got the trick. Think
true.
about this.
That's true.
In between procedures, turtleneck and bangs. Bring
does
all
work.
the fringe to your face.
Yeah, and lashes.
And lashes. They
Lashes.
distract. Yeah.
Yeah.
And
I
then
think 'cause
cocaine so that you don't care about what people... Anyway.
Well, because I don't want to touch anything up. So I feel like if it runs and I just wear something lighter,
Mhm.
it'll be less noticeable.
Got it.
Yeah, but it does look a little washed out. I get that, you know.
No,
it
it's
does.
fine.
Okay. Hi, Delta. I've been a fan of Very Delta since the beginning, throughout its hilarious journey of self-discovery, and it finds new parts of itself, which has been truly a warming thing to witness. That rare collaboration between talent and producer that's always seeking and growing, whatever the apparent limitations are. I don't know. I feel it is a little. I hope the Very Delta team holds strong, and if something should happen, this will stand as Very Delta's golden era. My question is, who does Bianca Del Rio hold space for? Regards, Courtney, he/him. Who do you hold space for in the world? Who do you what's stuff out there that you? I think that's what they're asking. Is like, what do you love?
That's a very long-winded question.
I know, it's sweet.
It was probably Courtney who wrote it. Well, I mean, it depends. I mean, anybody who is interested in being a real person.
Yeah.
Because you know how this world is with Drag Race. Of course, to the general public, everyone thinks that we all know each other. They all think that we're good friends and that we're all hanging out. And a lot of times we don't know each other. Or with the newer seasons, because they're coming so fast and furious, who the fuck knows them? You know, I can't keep up, much less identify them. So any of the queens that have been a part of the show that I've either worked with or crossed paths with, you know, I click and connect on different levels with everybody. I'm not one of those people that say, this is my bestie or this is my favorite. No, my relationship with each person is different. They're all welcome to my house. They're all welcome to borrow a safety pin, you know, whatever. And then you find who vibes with or who's making their time for you.
Sure.
Because at this point in my life, I'm not living in LA. I'm living in Palm Springs. So a lot of queens come in and out. So it's whoever wants to take the time to come say, hey, Mariah comes quite often to my house. My friend Sherry Vine, Naomi Smalls, you know, Bob and Monet have come out to the house. You know, Katya's come out to the house. So it's like whoever's allowing themselves to be is usually who's in my orbit. Right. You know?
Right.
And that's, I think, the best way to go about it.
Yeah.
I mean, you're always welcome.
Oh.
Yeah. I mean, that's how I look at it.
You're like, no, I meant
no,
you
I
guys,
meant in
you guys
general.
are always
no,
welcome.
everybody's always tell everybody, if you're out, come say hey, or out, come by, you know. But because people go, oh, well, you know, if they're either young and want to go party or they want to do this, it's a different vibe, you know. But if you're going and doing your gig, come and say hey. I always say it's the thing to do.
I just wanted to turn this around and see if there is, if you could answer that for me.
Oh, I have to leave a tip. Okay, well,
And how would you do that? Like, what would you determine is...
My tip from experience here with you?
It's 15, 20, or 25.
Or customize the tip.
Or customize. I mean, I don't know.
From my experience here, I have to customize. I think I would have to customize it.
Okay.
Because I'm looking at 15%, 20%, 25%. That's not going to work. I have to customize it because it should be much less. I would say 50% because I thoroughly enjoyed it. 100% would sound like I'm ass kissing. So we'll say if it was Pandora Box, I would give 200%.
Okay.
But I would say 50%.
50%. What about when people do turn these around?
You know what I love is that they code it with, well, here, we're going to ask you a few questions.
But I'm not
That's not a question. That is not a question. That is hard. And then what the other one they do is they go, do you want to take care of dogs? Like dogs in the area that are homeless? Or what about this? So I have found out that at these places that say, hey, would you like to contribute? That they've already contributed. The company.
That's what I've heard.
Yes. And so you're basically paying back fuck that company. They got the tax write-off. So don't feel pressured to donate on that. If you want to donate, do it separately, do it individually as a person, but don't give in to the Starbucks. Do you want to round up to this or any Target or any of that madness? You don't want to do it.
Because basically they're just getting reimbursed.
Of course they are for their contribution and they got the tax break.
Yeah.
That's shadiness.
It is shady.
It is shady. And what's the question? I went through a drive-through at Starbucks and I literally went from the window, ordered from the little machine, ordered, and then drove up. And then she had the nerve to ask me for a tip. What did she do? What did she do? Honestly, though. Like, if I was in the store and I ordered it, am I wrong? Because if I'm ordering the coffee and I see her take the pumpkin bread, put it in the warmer, bring it out like hot lava, put it in the thing, and then hand it to me, it's not a lot of work, but I do feel obligated because I had human connection with the person. That I go, all right, I'll give her a couple bucks, you know?
Well, I just saw one the other day that was a self-checkout that asked for tip. And I don't know what the store was, but they showed it. They were like, I'm at a self-checkout. And every one of these self-checkouts at the end says, would you like to leave a tip?
I was at a Hertz rent-a-car and they asked for tips. They had a little cup. Yes, at a rent-a-car by the airport.
Not a little cup.
Yeah, a little cup. It
reminds me of the picture of you with the little cup sitting on the ground.
Yes. Insults for $1. Yeah, that's crazy, though, to think about. So I don't know what the protocol is, but I find at the drive-thru, I'm not so quick to give a tip. But if I'm in the store, it's a different scenario.
Right.
You know?
I definitely feel that way, like about like a mom and pop shop where
that's
there's
different.
Where there's kids back there making pizza and okay, well this is a little bit different.
Or if a waitress, and back in the day, you would only tip when you sat at a table and you had a waitress come over and take care of you.
Self-checkout?
Self-checkout is a fucking scam, girl. I could
talk about self-checkout all day long.
It's so annoying. And everything, sometimes something doesn't scan and they got to bring somebody over anyway. Like, all of this could have been avoided.
All of it.
If you would have just been here.
Yeah.
Like, I'll stand in line for a human being. Yeah. I don't mind it. But this is not quicker for me.
It's not.
No, and then they accuse you of stealing on the way out.
Well, they have that whole breakdown there is like I need to see your receipt, but you were watching me the whole time.
Completely. There's 10 cameras. What am I going to steal?
Yeah.
I'm a Target, for Christ's sake. Yeah.
What am I going to steal?
What am I going to steal?
Do you like to look at the dollar section at Target ever just to see what's there?
Oh, I do. I like to look at everything.
You do?
I like to look at everything to see if I might need it. Now, there's another problem that I have. Aside from looking at cheap stuff, I always buy 2 or more of everything.
Okay.
Always.
Okay.
Because how often have you bought something and then you went, oh, it went out. Like, I wish I had another one. Or, oh, I should have had. I always have 2.
This crazy part of me says that when I buy like stuff for decorating, like right now we're doing the Christmas trees at the house, always says to me that I have to buy everything in an odd number. So I need either need 3 or I need 5.
I'm the opposite. I do even numbers.
Really?
I do even numbers and I buy 2 if possible.
Okay.
And if I think by chance 2 is not enough, I'll buy 4.
Uh-huh.
I'm crazy like that.
Okay.
So that's why when everybody comes to my house, this is probably why they like me. They come to my house and I'm always like, how do I pawn off these 6 fucking reindeer I bought? And then I'm like, got you a gift.
Right.
So it's great. Yeah.
Right.
So that's the good way to get rid of stuff. But I always feel like, what happens if they don't have it anymore? What happens if they don't make it anymore? Literally every piece of makeup that I started with in 1996 doesn't exist anymore, with the exception of the Coty powder, the old lady powder, suntan, I still use, and also the MAC Ruby Woo lipstick is like the only thing that still exists. All the liners have changed, mascara has changed. Eyeshadows, all of that has shifted with the exception of those. So now I have this fear that if I would have bought more of that base back then, or bought that. It would be dried up at this point, but it's just been my fear to always not have enough.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I used to backstop all of my sticky tabs for my nails.
Yes.
And then now they got rid of them.
And now what?
And I had a bag, I swear to God, it was this big and it was just filled with them and now it's just dwindling. And I'm like,
sad.
I'm not going to glue them to my hands because it's fuck.
No.
It's
Did you hear about the girl that got the girl that did the gel paint? Like when I'm on the road, I do gel paint, not gel nails, but gel paint, just because it chips and shit while I'm on the road. And then a girl lost her thumb because, listen to this madness, because when they put the paint on it, then you stick it in the little warmer thing to dry. She had a little spot under her thumb and she thought it was a bruise. And they brought it to her attention, whatever, but she would get the polish removed, then she would get a new coat put on, back into the dryer. So there was no time for her fingers to be breathing during this process. And it grew within the little machine. Now she's got a nub as a thumb.
What was it, like mold or something?
I don't know what the hell it was, but she's now got half a thumb.
Oh my God.
Exactly.
Yuck.
And a thumb is a big difference when you're fisting. You've got
it. Is a huge difference.
Have it. It gives you balance
when you
can't
grip
navigate.
anything.
Nope.
You would just be like this.
No, when you want your person to feel all your
digits.
digits.
Because what if you were doing it like that?
No.
You want it to be like
you
that.
You got to get in there.
Because you want to go
in there. That's it.
What did this? This blew by very, very fast.
It did.
It did.
Well, for us, maybe not the viewers.
Not for the editors. Thank you for being here.
Thank you for having me.
Thank you for a 50% tip.
50%.
I'm grateful for
50%. And when you come to my house, I have a reindeer for you.
I'll take it. I have too much Christmas stuff, but I'll take everybody's Christmas stuff because I don't know why. You know, we're in a new house, so that now we have the ability to have multiple trees.
It changes everything, doesn't it?
It does change everything.
Yes.
Yeah. So I'm excited about it.
It's quite exciting to have the space, you know, because I lived in an apartment for many, many years. I mean, we all have. And so to have the space now, it's like, ooh, what do I want to do? Ooh, I can change it. Ooh, I can have two.
And I have a responsibility now because it's like it's empty.
Yes.
I was talking to Manila came to the house and looked, and she was like, why are you having a 7.5-foot tree when you have room for a 9-foot tree? And she kind of like challenged me. She's like, I thought you loved Christmas.
Ooh.
And I was like, well, I don't know where I would put it. And she was like, well, you're going to have to move the couch this way and you can move that. And then there's just plenty of room. And then you can have a 7.5-foot there. And then in the foyer, she's like, there's plenty of room for a little 4-foot tree. I mean, if you want your guests to be invited.
Look at how wonderful that is.
What a bitch, though.
Well, she is a bitch, yeah.
Because then now I feel obligated, like, now I need to go buy all that and do all that.
Well, the sad thing is now people think she's actually useful because we know she's not. But yes, multiple trees.
Well, all trees everywhere. Thank you all for listening and watching Very Delta. We come out every Monday. Please subscribe to Mom Podcasts right here on the Mom Podcast YouTube channel so you don't miss an episode. And search for Very Delta on your favorite podcast apps and subscribe to Mom Plus for even more Very Delta. You can send all your questions to readmedelta@gmail.com, and you can follow me on Instagram @DeltaWork. Of course, everyone can follow you.
Oh, yeah, on Instagram and Twitter @the Bianca Del Rio. Yes.
The Bianca Del Rio.
Yes. I'll tell you that story after, yeah.
You can also follow the show on Instagram and TikTok @VeryDelta, because if you're not, you're really only getting half the Delta. Join me next week right here, and until then, make sure you keep things Very Delta.
This episode of Very Delta was brought to you by Orange Diamond, the official emoji of the Very Delta show.
To listen to Very Delta one day early and ad-free, sign up for Mom Plus at mompodcasts.plus. Very Delta is produced by Moguls of Media, a.k.a. Mom. Hosted by Delta Work and produced by Mark Jacobs. Engineered by Margot Padilla and editing by Doug Robertson. Executive produced by Willem Belli, Alaska Thunderfuck, Big Dipper, and Joe Cilio.